Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's welcome to the ring our co-main event participants. First, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, Jazz, the New Orleans Nightmare, Phipps.
And this is the entrance of the New Orleans Nightmare, Jazz Phipps. Originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, now making his home in Killeen. 10-7-2 overall with 5 KOs to his name. The last time we saw him, it was an 8-round majority decision loss to the very same man who will be in the main event tonight, Eddie Ortiz, for that WBC US NBC silver middleweight title.
Yeah, and that was a great fight. You know, I believe that Jazz Phipps helped Eddie Ortiz make it to another level. I don't believe that Eddie Ortiz up until that point had fought anybody with as much experience as Jazz Phipps. You know, Jazz Phipps is a cagey fighter. He's technical, and I believe it's going to be a great fight with James Kirkland tonight. And it's interesting. Hopefully, or maybe, James Kirkland got some pointers from Eddie Ortiz.
And now let's welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner, James Mandingo Warrior Kirkland.
They call him the Mandingo Warrior. He's a fierce fighter, in the ring, a champion. But to me, he's just that. The truth is, though, that Phillies boxer you all know is really just my father trying to do right by his family. Now it's his time to shine again, and also my time to learn from him, and someday become a champion at life like him. But like we all said though, the boom is back.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the return of the legendary James Kirkland. Commencing now, any and all opponents will be challenged in hand-to-hand combat. Police and emergency medical services will be unavailable until the final bell sounds. Blessed be our fearless warrior, the champion reborn. May God be with you all. The boom is back.
If you didn't hear us say it in August, let me allow us to take this time to repeat it once again. The boom is back as the Mandingo Warrior James Kirkland makes his way to the ring here at Alamo City Fight Night.
Yeah, Mandingo, a good friend of mine, good teammate of mine. Spent many fights in the same corner together, growing up with the same coaches. Me, him, and Wolf, my brothers, my cousins, we all came up with the same team, man, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's making his comeback.
I know you were under the weather, you didn't get a chance to make the interview, but he had nothing but great things to say about you. You guys go way back. He's a big fan, as much as yours as you are, as much as his.
Of course. Like I said, we grew up together, man. We have nothing but support for each other, and we're just as critical. So let me tell you, I'll be just as critical in the fight.
Thomas Triber now with our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our Alamo City Fight Night co-main event. It is scheduled for 8 rounds in the middleweight division. Brought to you by Davies Entertainment in association with Univision, along with their great sponsors HEB, Carnesazo con Ganas, and the Davis Law Firm. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Ellis Johnson, Joel Elizondo, and Glenn Crocker. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Lee Rogers. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he's wearing white with pink and weighed in at an even 160 pounds. Coming to us from New Orleans, Louisiana, He brings a professional record consisting of 10 wins, 7 defeats, with 5 of his 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jas, the New Orleans Nightmare Phipps. His opponent across the ring in this 8-round co-main event. He is fighting out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with black and red and weighed in exactly the same as his opponent, an even 160 pounds. His professional record, 33 wins, just 2 defeats, with 29 of his 33 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from Austin, Texas, let's welcome the former WBO NABF Junior Middleweight Champion, James Mandingo Warrior Kirkland.
It's going to be referee Lee Rogers that will be in between our combatants with the final instructions. If you're a true fight fan, James Kirkland doesn't need much of an introduction for you. 33-2, 29 of those wins by KO. The only losses to Nobuhiro Ishida, who went on and lost the WBA and WBO or IBO middleweight championship to Triple G, and then that loss to Canelo Alvarez. As for Phipps, he's coming off of that loss against Eddie Ortiz. Kirkland coming in off of that first round TKO against Colby Porter back at the Irwin Center.
And I believe this to be a more competitive fight than that last one. That was just a opening fight for Kirkland. You know, he's just trying to get back in the ring after a couple of years off. And but he's got a live opponent in front of him at this point right now with Jas Phipps. And he's got to be very careful. And so does Jas Phipps, you know. Kirkland has still got some power. He's still, you know, he fights at middleweight. You still see the strength. And we'll see how long Jas Phipps can hold up to that pressure.
Yeah, it's all about the power that Kirkland can bring. Phipps, though, told me he is not scared of Kirkland. You could see it in his eyes when I talked to him. Oh, it was a hard left shot by Kirkland as Phipps has to dance away.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that you're not scared, but like people used to say against Mike Tyson, oh, I'm not scared. I got a game plan. But like Tyson said, everybody's got a game plan until they get hit. And I believe that game plan just changed for Jas Phipps right now when he got caught with that body shot. But you know, he's still handling his own. He caught James Kirkland right there with the overhand left. And Kirkland's got to be careful of himself. He's got to move his head. He can't be wild. And he's got to keep his hands up. Can't get caught with nothing crazy.
Well, you told me back when Kirkland was an amateur, he was a very slick fighter and kind of changed up his style as turning pro, but he still has the ability to move away and evade those punches.
Yeah, he still got it in him. You know, as you get older, you become a little bit less athletic, a little bit less limber. You know, but yeah, he was definitely a really, really slick boxer versus the fighter brawler that he is today.
Kirkland keeping up the pressure. You can see he is in that Scarface-style trunks, the black and the white with the red Kirkland on the front. As for Phipps in the white and the pink.
Yeah, and for me, he's coming a little bit too much straightforward. He needs to use some angles, move his head, and wear Phipps down little by little.
Phipps likes to switch in between stances, orthodox and southpaw. If you have that ability, Casey, how would you go against a true southpaw like James Kirkland?
With Kirkland, I mean, I would just, you know, let my straight left hand go. You know, try to counter that left hand or try to counter that jab with my opposite hand. Both guys need to do the same. They're both left-handed. You know, just counter each other's jab. And right now, Jas Phipps is doing beautifully right now, boxing with that jab, keeping Kirkland at bay. But like I said, we'll see how long he can keep that pressure up.
Yeah, Phipps looks very comfortable right now, making Kirkland come to him. And again, answering with that flip jab with the right hand.
And Kirkland's doing a good job by trying to do his best to get in with that jab, but he's coming in a little bit too much, and he's smothering himself.
Oh, Kirkland answers back with a straight right as we come to the end of round number 1. Good round for Jas Phipps. as he was able to survive the early onslaught. And it looks like we're going to have to go a few rounds in this one, as Phipps has those legs on the knees of his trainer, trying to help alleviate some pressure as he rests during this round.
Yeah, he's breathing a little bit tough after that first round, and I mean, I would be too if I had James Kirkland pressing me like that. But at the same time, he was a beautiful round. Jazz Phipps did a good job about boxing, keeping him off balance with the jab, moving, not staying in one place. And same thing for Kirkland, did a good job about putting up the pressure and getting in with the jab. But when he's throwing the jab, he's a little bit off balance. He's rushing in a little bit too far instead of measuring correctly with the jab and landing a follow-up punch.
We want to thank everybody again for tuning in with us here tonight on Univision. This boxing brought to you by Davies Entertainment. It has been a great evening thus far. And once again, damas y caballeros, gracias, bienvenidos. Estamos aquí en el Alamo Dome tonight for Alamo City Fight Night, as Kirkland taking on Jazz Phipps. Second round here, as Phipps will tie up to start off the round.
Yeah, wise move by Phipps to tie up. You don't want to stand there and bang with James Kirkland if you don't have to.
Kirkland still has those heavy hands. Phipps having to back up again. You can tell he respects the power that Kirkland holds in both of those hands.
Yeah, both guys do, as they both should. Jazz Phipps has caught Kirkland a couple of times, made him shaky a little bit, but I mean, both guys are handling it well. And you know, those body shots are gonna have to wear down Jazz Phipps eventually. We'll see how he handles it. A little bit of a bloody nose from Kirkland already from the first round. Another good, beautiful body shot.
It looks like the bloody nose
just standing there
has just aggravated Kirkland as he continues to apply on the pressure. Out of the 7 losses that Phipps has taken, 2 of them have come by way of a round 2 KO. Kirkland has 5 knockdowns in round number 2 throughout his career.
Yeah, Kirkland has plenty of early knockdowns. He also has a couple of late knockdowns. He fought, I believe, oh man.
Well, he definitely caught Phipps with a left hook to the face. And Phipps, you can see, trying to use that forearm to get some distance between the two, but Kirkland just continues to bring the pressure. And Phipps, did he slip or did he go down?
That was a knockdown. That was a knockdown. You know, a lot of people say it doesn't look like it, but I mean, it barely skinned him. It barely skinned his head. But when a sledgehammer barely skims your head, you're gonna go down too.
That is very true, my friend. All that power and weight, it barely has to touch you. And Phipps is on some wobbly legs right now. His back is still against the ropes as Kirkland is bullying himself in, looking for the knockout blow.
I like what Kirkland's doing, keeping the pressure up. I just don't. He's just rushing it a little bit too much. And there he goes. Now he's keeping the distance.
Oh,
that's exactly
Kirkland.
what I wanted to see. Keep the distance, just like that.
5 clean shots connected for Kirkland, and again he fires off that jab that hits him right on the cheek to Jazz Phipps. Kirkland
Good
again
jab.
hits him.
That's what Kirkland needs to do. Just keep that jab pumping. Don't lead off with the swinging hooks and the swinging right hands. Just keep the jab and then follow up.
Oh, and
beautiful
Phipps
counter.
walked right into the counter shot. Phipps in the corner, and he's able to dance his way out of it and put Kirkland on the ropes. But the crowd is coming alive as Phipps is in trouble here in round 2.
Yeah, Kirkland's wearing him down. Kirkland looks a little bit worn down himself.
Oh, and Phipps is almost looks like he's going to go down. Can he survive? 10 more seconds. No, he can't. His knee hits the canvas. The second time he goes down here in round number 2. Phipps is looking over to his
he's
corner.
Shaking his head no. He's shaking his head no. Let's see if he gets up.
He's going to get up to his feet.
Oh, it's over. That's it.
And referee Lee Rogers, his experience can tell that the fighter didn't have the look in his eyes to continue on. Phipps looks like he's out on the shoulder of the referee, and it's another quick night of work, this time in the second round, because the truth, let it be told, the boom is back as the Mandingo Warrior James Kirkland on his comeback tour, 2 fights, 2 consecutive wins.
The boom is definitely back for Mandingo right now. In my opinion, he looked a lot more sharp than he did against Couture in his comeback fight. And, you know, he fought even more of a live opponent in Jazz Phipps. Jazz Phipps has beat Brian Vera, Jazz Phipps has been fought undefeated prospects. He went the distance with Eddie Ortiz, and here he is. He got knocked out in the second round by James Kirkland.
You know, Kirkland told me during the fight interview that he, obviously you know why he returned to the ring, to try to help his financial situation, but he kind of wishes he didn't take that layoff because he feels he would be a much higher caliber fighter if he never took the time off.
Yeah, that's very true. You know, while you're taking that time off, while you're, you know, doing whatever you got to do to reset mentally, physically, you know, other guys are out there getting better.
Let's take a look at the action here again from round number 2, as it was beautifully done by James Kirkland, and you're right. He hit him really hard with that left hand that did send him down. I thought he slipped, but he definitely took a knockdown there.
Yeah, no, I know it looks like Kirkland's not doing much in there because he's not boxing, he's not moving around. But as you can see, he still has the head movement. He has that countering ability.
Well,
Jazz Phipps was throwing some pretty good shots at him. All Kirkland had to do was make him miss and then make him pay with a couple of shots, and that was it. Fight over.
Love to see that between Phipps and Kirkland. Much respect for both fighters, as they know how much work goes into having to step in between the scared circle and the punishment that you will take on an evening like this.
Definitely, lots of respect between the two. You see the look on Jazz Phipps' face. He has nothing to be disappointed against. I just don't think he really knew the power that James Kirkland possessed. You know, but again, Jazz Phipps is a hell of a fighter, so it's James Kirkland. Give it out to both of them.
All right, let's toss it up to Thomas Schreiber for our official post-fight announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 3 minutes of round number 2. Our referee in charge, Lee Rogers, waves off the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, James Mandingo Warrior Kirkland.
And the crowd here in San Antonio loving it as Kirkland makes his training home here in SA. You see the man behind all of this, Cameron Davies, in the ring with his fighter, James Kirkland from Davies Entertainment. Wonderful team who has brought you this fantastic night of boxing here in the co-main event, and we have one more to go. But before we get there, I know we're gonna get a chance to hear from James Kirkland as he gets his interview with Paco.
Thank you, guys. James Kirkland, what a comeback in your career, man. 35 years old, never too late to come back.
Never that. First and most, I want to give thanks to God, because without him, none of this is possible. I can tell you one thing, man, being able to be in training camp and get my mental mind back focused, ready for whatever the steps ahead of me is. You know, I'm definitely grateful to have great people around me that inspire me and motivate me to do what's right. So, did that one thing for the team. I definitely want to thank the fans, because without none of them, we ain't here, man, you know?
Proudly in Texas, congratulations for that win. James, who gets on your radar? I mean, this is your comeback. Now you're here with your people. I'm sure everybody wants to see you back on the ring with another pro fighter. Who gets on your radar?
On my radar, I definitely want to just be honest with you. I've seen Chavez, and I like the way he's doing this thing. I love Canelo. He's definitely will be a dream come true to be able to get back in the ring with those guys and make this actually happen. So that's so be it, man. You know, I definitely want the best, the brighter people. I mean, not saying brighter, but just in the state of the best thing smoking. You know, I definitely want to be able to give it to the fans and definitely the commissioners and the people that's down here, the judges, for actually coming and supporting the fight as an individual.
After the way you felt tonight in this fight, do you think you can beat Canelo? Do you think now you can take down Canelo? A lot of people would like to see it. Will you be able to do it?
I can definitely do it. It's just being smarter, you know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing away from the team that I had initially before this. You know, but in state, when I did fight Alvarez, it was definitely different with my team. We couldn't make things make ends meet on the same agenda, but I take nothing away from them. Canelo was a great fighter that night. He did the right thing, and the same thing I want to do with him again. Let's make this shit happen, and Canelo, you're definitely on my radar.
Guys, get back to you.